Hey everyone, welcome to the Roadmap. We are live, Benzinga's NFT show. It's time to get everyone caught up on all the great NFT news over the past couple weeks. We're back with a new show today. We're going to be talking Veefriends. We're going to be talking Pixelmon, Cool Cats, Mega Mutant Ape Yacht Club, CryptoPunks, and all different things. And again, just getting you caught up on the latest and greatest in NFT news. I think we have our trailer video ready, so stick around, everyone. This is the Roadmap. All right, everyone, welcome to the Roadmap. After a week off, we are back, and we're here to talk about some great, exciting topics in the world of NFTs. But before I get started with the news and headlines, I've got to bring on my co-host, producer Alyssa. Alyssa, what's going on?
Hey, what's up? It's been a while.
It's been a while. We're on a new platform today. I guess you could call it an old platform, but new to us over the last couple months. So we do not have our normal chat up on the screen. So I'm going to have to make sure I toggle between YouTube. But let us know, everyone out there watching, let us know where you're watching from and what you're excited to talk about today. But Alyssa, I want to start off with some really exciting news. I've known about this for a couple days. I got to write about it. But the official release came out this morning. So Veefriends partnered with Macy's and Toys R Us. They are going to have physical collectibles inside Macy's stores soon. Gary Vaynerchuk, of course, founded Veefriends. He launched Veefriends and then Veefriends Series 2 later on. He has called this, his Disney. He is going to own this brand, these characters over the next 40 to 50 years. And he selected from the more than 200 characters, 10 of them that will be appearing in Macy's stores. That is Practical Peacock, Willful Wizard, Genuine Giraffe, Adventurous Astronaut, Gratitude Gorilla, Patient Panda, Empathy Elephant, Common Sense Cow, Heart Trooper, and Be the Bigger Person. The pre-sale for the collection begins today. Collection will officially launch on October 17th. Each collectible comes with a QR code that can be scanned to unlock short films and character songs. And the plush and vinyl collectibles come with a price tag of $9.99 to $29.99. And they were designed by toy company Toy Keto, which of course has also worked with our friends at Cool Cats. And Gary V will also make several in-store appearances at Macy's in Chicago and New York City to help celebrate the launch of this. And if you are the holder of a Veefriend of one of those 10 mentioned characters, you also get a free claim of a figure. This is really, really exciting stuff. It's one of the first ever NFT collections to launch physical products inside a major retailer. And no surprise here, Veefriends has already worked with, some big names. Johnny Walker, Fanatics, and Mattel launching their own Uno collection. They, of course, also launched Veefriends trading cards, which I had the honor and privilege of owning and opening in a different video. Some of you may have seen it. Alyssa, let's start with the news. Like, what's your big takeaway on Veefriends getting physical collectibles inside Macy's and Toys R Us stores?
Well, like you said, Gary V, this is his Mickey Mouse. And he's pushing forward. It's kind of cool to see NFTs becoming physical objects that people can actually see and touch. And I really like the fact that whoever owns these gets a free claim, on the physical thing, right? Like you just walk in, like, this is mine.
Yeah, so let's keep that image up. There is the 10 characters. and I don't have all their names memorized, so I got to go back up here. But I mean, I am going to be showing these to my kids later, and I know that they're going to want to pick out some. Alyssa, let's say that you could only pick out one of these to buy. Which one would you pick?
I'm torn between the heart and the astronaut.
See, I feel like me personally, I'm torn between the gorilla and the elephant.
Really? Why?
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I just feel like that gorilla, he looks cool. He's got the little side half smile.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the name Gratitude Gorilla. And then Empathy Elephant. I mean, he just looks like he's just, I mean, he's a good guy, right? Like, I don't know. I mean, they all have cool names. And I don't know. I think the kids are going to have a tough time picking.
Yeah. I should ask my brother, but I like this one or this one. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I could put it up on my shelf and it'd be pretty solid. You know, they kind of remind me of the new McDonald's adult Happy Meal.
Yeah.
Reminds me of that.
Yeah.
So you know how these are going to be in Macy's, right?
Yep.
Could you actually see Veefriends in the Thanksgiving Day parade?
Ooh. That's a good question. I feel like maybe. The other one, Alyssa, that I saw someone comment earlier on Gary Vee's post announcing this was, have you thought about doing Halloween costumes? And Gary Vee said it has been proposed. So I mean, they've at least thought about it. I don't know if they'll do it, but
yeah, the stuffed animals especially, like, it just screams for your kids. And yeah, I can see, like, especially the animals, your kids will want the animals. And no, yeah. It's cool to see.
Also, look at that picture. Like, how happy does Gary Vee look?
Very.
Like, again, this is his baby. I saw a good post from him earlier where he said he's been retweeting so many people today talking about these, so I gotta find it. But I mean, he talked about his life. Yeah. So okay. When we came to America, my mom dreamed of being able to afford shopping at Macy's. Today, her son that she brought to America has his brand sold there. I will never be able to repay my parents. I mean, yeah, and let's watch this video. I watched this earlier, but this is like the official trailer video here. You got the astronaut running through the store, looking for toys, right? And what is he going to pick?
Huh. Sounds like
So I love that video. I think it plays into the characters well. So the first item for sale is like these plushies that are $24.99 to $29.99, depending on the size. But they are also doing blind box of smaller vinyl characters that'll be $9.99, so you don't actually know who you get. I mean, Alyssa, my kids love blind boxes, blind bags. So I mean, I know they're going to be excited for that too. So but that sold out sign, what a disappointment. I will say that in the FAQs announcing this deal, one of the questions was, you know, what is the supply for each character? And they said that supply is limited. It will not be announced, and it is the same for each character. So no character is more rare than the others. So that's something to keep in mind too. I actually thought maybe, you know, the astronaut or the heart would be a little bit more rare. But it looks like the quantity is the same for all of them. Also, I know we have some international viewers. You may not have a Macy's or Toys R Us over there. International customers will be able to buy these on the official Veefriends website starting on October 17th. So, Veefriends making sure they keep everyone in mind. But again, the pre-sale in the US started today. So, I mean, Alyssa, I'll probably look to grab some of these tonight with the kids because I don't know, these could sell out.
Yeah. Are you gonna try to go to like a physical store and maybe see if they're there?
I mean, I feel like maybe. Like, I definitely think, I feel like that might be the thing is these might sell out online quicker than they do in store, right? Like, let's face it, we're Web3 native people, right? So, we like to do things online, right? We like that digital aspect, whereas maybe not the physical. Whereas people walking into a Macy's store, maybe they've never heard of Veefriends, so they're not gonna immediately, pick this up and purchase it. I just think it's really cool, to see these in stores and also with a major retail partner. Like, this is what, I mean, we've had people on before, Alyssa, talking about, NFT toys and Happy Meals someday, right? I don't even remember who that was. But like we're getting closer and closer.
Yeah. That does look like a Happy Meal toy.
Yeah, and I mean, Pudgy Penguins, right? We had Luca on not too long ago. They've got toys coming, right, that are going to be in stores. We've had Cool Cats interviewed. They are working with Toy Keto, the same company. They did some plushies, and I think they have more toys up their sleeves that they have not announced yet. And Aaron in the chat here saying wizard or gorilla. I do like the wizard too. I don't know what it is. The gorilla and the elephant, I feel like they draw me in for some reason. But you're saying so the astronaut and the heart.
Yeah, the astronaut and the heart. Sorry, dog.
I feel like the dogs either like that answer or don't like.
Yeah, I don't know. I gotta ask them.
I don't know if that was a good or a bad, but
I also really like this one.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean there's some cool ones there. I mean maybe that's why there's the blind boxes, right? Because then you don't have to pick and you just get what you get, and it could be a good way. So
yeah, and then you end up hit with like 5 of the same,
right? And I will say, like when Mitch and I attended VCon, there definitely was vinyl figurines of all 283 Veefriends characters. So I guess take what you want from that. There's only 10 in this collection. But I would fully expect some sort of physical collectibles of all the different characters, including my own honest honeybee.
Do you think that it is smart for these projects to like Pudgy Penguins, Cool Cats, the cuter ones, to just target younger audiences now with these toys? Or like, do you think it's smart for an NFT project to go after the younger generation, like kids?
I think absolutely. I think it's a good way to onboard new people to the space. Also, I mean, like remember a Veefriends, these still cost hundreds of dollars, even Veefriends Series 2. This is a more affordable way for people to get into the space. Like my kids don't own, a Veefriends NFT, but this is a way for them to be part of the Veefriends, club. And I think, if I'm a parent and I had never heard of NFTs or Veefriends and I see these in the store, I am gonna, recognize that cute factor, like you're saying, Alyssa, and that might lead me to at least looking them up or maybe even buying one or thinking, hey, this is probably a TV show. I wonder if my kids have seen this. And then, maybe diving down the rabbit hole and finding out more about Veefriends. And I mean, I think these are going to appeal to kids, and I also think they're going to appeal to adults. Anyone in the NFT space, anyone who owns a Veefriend. And let's face it, Gary Vee is a very marketable guy. He is highly successful and knows what he's doing. So I think that the marketing plan on all these physical collectibles is going to be good, and I would expect these to sell well. With that being said,
Yeah. Okay, moving on.
Moving on. All right. Well, that was a lot about Veefriends to kick off the show here. But again, big news. More big news. Tyler Hobbs, who is a well-known artist in the NFT space. He, of course, was behind Fidenza, which is one of the most popular and valuable art blocks collections of all time. He released a new NFT collection called QQL. So QQL is a generative art collection. It sold out, raised $17 million. So he sold a total of 900 mint passes for 14 ETH each. That's around 18,600. Another 99 mint passes were reserved for future surprise collaborations. So 999 is the total supply. So Alyssa, if we pull up here the OpenSea for QQL, or maybe it's on that site, you can see the images that people have created. Again, you have to have the mint pass, and then you get to go and get your generative art piece. So these are the ones that have been done. You can see the wide range of prices there. I mean, 16.5 ETH, and then we jump up to 25. That is quite the jump.
Yeah.
And there is not a ton of these for sale either. And I mean, you can see the prices in the hundreds. But I mean, Alyssa, like from an art perspective, like what do you think? These all look so like unique. I mean, you can see a lot of them have like that circle, which is the logo.
Mhm.
But like, what do you think? And are there any on here that are maybe some favorites?
I didn't even know about this, so the more you know.
The more you know, but also, I mean, it's definitely an expensive one, Alyssa.
Yeah,
so.
it is. It reminds me of like when you go to the art museums and
Yep.
they spend a bunch on the abstract art. Like I don't know. Yeah, I like the ones with the circles.
Yep.
I mean, I think they kind of all have circles, but like, I think you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's really giving me the vibes of like going to the art museum and you see one of these hang up.
Okay, if you stop there and scroll up a little bit, scroll up one more row, stop right there.
Okay.
The two on the right.
These two?
Of both rows.
Okay.
Are two that I'm really liking right now. I think probably because they're so like colorful.
Uh-huh.
But they also have like the circular pattern.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of like those.
This one reminds me of like, I don't know, a planet's rings.
Yeah. Yep.
It's really cool.
I feel like a couple others had like some planetary vibes too. Aaron asking, do you get the physical piece as well? I don't know the answer to that. Again, I haven't explored QQL that much because quite frankly, it was out of my price range. But I mean, I love Tyler Hobbs. I love Fidenzas. I love art blocks, the concept of generative art. Obviously, this is not with art blocks, but it's along that same realm. And I mean, Snowfro really helped bring generative art to the masses with art blocks. So I love what he did there. Alyssa, let's scroll back up to like the first 10 and maybe pick out some favorites from the ones that are like actually for sale.
Okay,
unless if you've got other favorites to pick out.
I was gonna say I like the ones that look like a landscape, like this one right here. This one looks like a mountain.
A mountain, yeah, that does jump out.
I like that swirl. And this one, I don't know. It's giving me like at first I thought it was a skull, but now I don't know.
Yeah.
But I like, and this one looks like a freaking chameleon or something. Like it's cool. But I'll go up to the top and we can go through like top.
Yeah, and so there's only let's look at the first 2 rows. So there's 10 of them. Maybe pick out like a 2 favorite. So I think I would go with the top right. And then I feel like the top second one in, number 38. So 38 and what is that, 51?
Yeah.
I feel like are the 2 that jump out to me. But I also kind of like the circles ones, but
so you like colors.
I like colors. Yeah, I like the colorful.
I'm going from one spectrum to the other. This one, the fully like black and white one.
You're going not colorful.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna go straight to pastel.
Okay.
So I like these 2. I would put them like up next, like side by side next to each other if I could get them.
Yeah.
Like physical copies of these. I think that's a good idea if you're doing like art like this. You have like the like a physical copy along with your NFT digital version.
Yeah.
It just makes sense to me.
Yeah, I think so. And I don't know the answer. I'll have to look that up on the physical. And Aaron, appreciate your opinions, you know, on that. I know Damian Hirst with the currency also did. So Aaron, I guess on the flip side, you're saying you would want it to be where you get the digital and the physical. What if you had to choose though and only got one? That was what Damian Hirst did with the currency. You could either keep the NFT or you could get the physical piece and have so if you kept the digital, the physical piece got, you know, forever gone, which lowered supply. But I don't know.
You know what I would do?
What?
I would choose the digital, and I would just like print out my own.
you would right click save and hit print as well.
Yeah.
Oh man, Alyssa. I won't tell, but that's crazy. All right. Well, moving on from Tyler Hobbs here. This is fun though. And Alyssa, we'll have to circle back. Pun not intended there, but only like 60 of these I think have been done. So there's still hundreds out there that have to be, you know, created from those mint passes. So it's something we'll definitely keep coming back to. Yeah, the mint passes. I mean, 17.69 is the floor
price. Wow.
And then the floor on the generative ones was what, like 15? 16.5, but then it goes to 25. I mean, so like unless if you, I guess nobody likes that first circle one, or it would have sold by now because that's below the actual mint cost of the passes.
You know, I like what Aaron said with like seeing the brush strokes and all that. That's the whole, like having the physical copy like that. It's what you want to see.
Yeah. I just can't believe that wide range of prices too. Like, I mean, we're talking big amounts because otherwise this is one where like once the first 2 or 3 sell, the floor price more than doubles. Like that's kind of crazy to think about. So but I mean, a lot of people don't have that much lying around either, so I understand.
This looks like a bunch of like washers, you know, like hardware washers.
Yeah.
I like it.
It does, and almost like chain link on like the left hand side.
Like... Yeah. I like art.
Yeah. All right. Well, Alyssa, I mean, that was one of the positives of the NFT market in the last 2 weeks, right? The fact that Tyler Hobbs sold out this collection at 17 ETH mint cost, right? Yeah. Which we're in the middle of a bear market. I mean, I guess a month or two ago, if you would have told me that someone was doing an NFT mint at 17 ETH, I would have said they're crazy.
Yeah.
There's no way that's going to mint out. But again, this is Tyler Hobbs. It's a little bit different, but also a positive sign. That there are some whales and some big some big investors out there. And speaking of some big sales, Alyssa, I wrote an article talking about we had a couple big sales in 2 popular collections that we know well, CryptoPunks and Mega Mutant Ape Yacht Club. So a rare CryptoPunk with the ape trait sold for 3,300 ETH. That is 4.45 million at the time of sale. And it is now the 4th largest sale for CryptoPunks all time by ETH, not by dollars. In dollars, it is number 9, I believe. And Alyssa, I mean, just like we've talked before, whenever one rare CryptoPunk is sold, it kicks off a wave of sales. So people were buying floor CryptoPunks, but also people were bidding on alien, zombie, and ape punks that weren't even listed for sale. So we had several $1 million sales and offers out there. Alyssa, CryptoPunks, I mean, they come and go, right? Like this is one of the OGs. It's an investment for a lot of people. Also, with Yuga Labs owning it now, you have more use case of the rights. Do you think this was someone buying it just to hold as an investment? Are they buying it because they're going to do something with it soon? I mean, whoever bought it is anonymous so far, but what's your take on this with this big sale price?
I'm thinking they might have bought it for like in a long term or like using it for something maybe because they just like bought it in this bear market. Maybe I don't know. I wish I knew though.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, it triggered like it reminds me of like penny stocks when someone buys a CryptoPunk like this and they try to like hop in for that quick pump, like buy and sell, or at least buy.
Yeah.
I don't know if they sell it, but it's kind of like a penny stock to me.
Yeah.
The big pump.
And then I'm trying to think if there's anything else on punks. So there's only 24 apes. There is only 9 aliens, and there is 88 zombies. So this is the second rarest trait. The aliens, we have not had a sale in a long time, and those are the highest sales. Also, yeah, if you scroll down and look at the sale transactions on this, it is insane. So someone claimed this in 2017, and then people bid on it, and then let's see, an offer of 5 ETH sold for 5 ETH, $953, Alyssa.
Man, imagine that.
Yeah. And then if you keep going up, we got a 7 ETH sale also in 2017, and then nothing for a year. And then we got some bids. Oh, there's Pranksy showing up bidding on it. Then we got Pranksy and Danny. So sold to Danny 150 ETH in 2020. And then I love like the 0.8 ETH bid.
Yeah.
Like okay. And then you get the 1,000 bid, and then so in September you got some offers, and you got that 0.2 ETH bid. Man, I should start throwing out some of those and seeing if they get accepted, huh? And then you got the sale price, 3,300 ETH accepted. $4.45 million. A massive sale. And Alyssa, also in Mutant Yacht Club, one of the mega mutants sold for $1.3 million. This was done offline, not through OpenSea. So it doesn't even show up in the top sales on OpenSea. But Alyssa, you and I know these megas well. We've talked about them. We've picked out our favorites. And what is insane about this now, Alyssa, is that one person owns 4 of the mega mutant ape yacht clubs. They are working on a company and a whole storyline involving those mega mutants that they own. Like, talk about a flex of owning 4 megas and now creating like an NFT project within an NFT project. Like, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like with these megas especially. This was one of my favorites. I think I said.
I think that was one of your favorites. Yeah,
it still is. I mean, I love it. That is crazy, but I like to hear it, and I'm really hoping that they turn it into something really cool to watch or see.
Yeah, and I don't know all the details, Alyssa, but I'll tell you this line that I used in the article. So this came from Bored Ape Gazette, who interviewed the founder of Fragment XYZ, who's the owner of this. And this is the quote that I absolutely love. "One of my all-time favorite megas, our friends at Yuga Labs, are becoming the Disney of Web3, and we want to build the next Marvel Studios inside the Yuga universe. The megas are the Avengers, of course." How about that, Alyssa?
I like it.
I love it.
Yeah, You got a lot to go for though if you want to become the Marvel.
Those are some big shoes.
Yeah. Good luck, but love to
Yeah.
see it if it happens.
You love to see it. Yeah.
Love to see it.
So, Alyssa, I mean, I guess let's play not would you rather, but like if you were in their shoes. So there's 12 megas. One person owns 4, and they're trying to build like a whole brand around these 4.
Mm-hmm.
If you own one of the other megas, what's the play here? Do you contact them? Do you try to sell yours? Do you try to license it? Like that quote there about like trying to create, the Avengers. Like if I owned one, I feel like I'm messaging PTM and I'm saying, "Hey, I own a mega. I really don't want to sell it. I'd like to keep it, but can I license it out, so you can use it with this project? I love what you're doing."
So me personally, if I had one, let's say like I had this one, I probably would already have ideas of what I want to do with it. But if I saw someone try to make a universe out of it, I'd probably contact them and see like if they would work something out. Like you said, license it out, and maybe even get on his team to help create the storyline. That's what I would want to do. Cause like I would love my mutant, like my mega mutant. I would love it. And I would have probably already had like a storyline going and everything.
Yeah.
And thinking of ways to like make money off of it.
Yeah, and I mean, if you do own a mega, like there's lots of different things, right? Maybe you're holding it, for future value. It's an investment. Maybe you're going to license it out to someone else, or maybe you're going to create your own brand around it, right?
Yeah.
I feel like this person already owning 4. I mean, 4 out of 12. That's a third of the supply. Like I feel like they can kind of dominate this space. Which makes me think like, hey, I want to be a part of that. Like I want to team up, and I mean, yeah.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying, man.
Yeah. Well, I don't own a mega, so I don't have to worry about that. But a cool problem to have, I guess. To own all of them. But all right. Well, Alyssa, next on the topic list. I mean, let's take a look at the top 10. On Crypto Slam here. We already talked about several of them, which I wanted to get to first here. But if you go to the 7-day, and I don't have mine pulled up here, but QQL, right? There's a reason we talked about that one. 27.3 million. Alyssa, I don't think we've seen the 2 in a little while.
Yeah.
27.3 million over 7 days. That's a big number. And also CryptoPunks hitting almost 11 million.
Because of that sale, right?
I mean, yeah, that sales, I mean, a big part of that, right? 4.5 million. And you can see it there, only 59 transactions.
Yeah.
Compared to, 1,100 for Mint Pass. That can't be right for Mint Pass though either. But Renga, number 3, Renga has been soaring up the charts. Have you looked at that one, Alyssa?
No.
Oh, I feel like you would
we
like
talked
this one.
about that.
We did talk about it, right? I feel like is this one anime style or it's just like that artwork?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Handcrafted collection. Oh yeah, Dirty Robot. Yep. We did talk about this one recently. So floor price now 2.8. I am seeing more and more mentions of Renga, and this one is, I mean, it's soaring again. Like you look at that over the last 7 days, I mean, up over 292%. Like that is a pretty strong number.
Yeah. I don't know. I usually go off of what I see out on Twitter, and I haven't seen anything on this.
You haven't?
No, I haven't. I've
seen a lot, but now that you say that, Alyssa, I don't think I've seen a lot of like PFPs. A lot of like people changing it. Oh, and we got a comment from Aaron here. Astro Boy meets Cyberpunk vibe. Alyssa, the video game expert. What do you think of that?
No, yeah. No, there's a new Cyberpunk anime too. So I see it.
we're gonna have to dive more into oh, there comes the spam. We're gonna have to dive more into Renga in the future to figure out what the roadmap in the future is for this company, because I do not know it. And then as we move down the top 10, so rare, 5th place. I mean, that one just keeps showing up in the top 10, right? Sports NFTs. Gods Unchained. Mutant Ape Yacht Club, 7th. But Alyssa, definitely have to note that mega was done offline, so I don't think it counts in that sale price. And then NFL All Day in 8th place, a project I know well. Critters Cult, a Solana project, in 9th place, and Ethereum name service 10th. Critters Cult, we're going to talk about on Thursday's show, because we're going to talk about some Solana projects to watch. I know everyone out there is always interested in hearing more about Solana. Alyssa, anything else in the top 10 or beyond stand out to you there?
Nope. I didn't hear about Critters Cult and obviously Renga. CryptoPunks and the Mutant Ape. Actually, where's Bored Ape? There it is. Okay, yeah. Them being in the top 10 it's never gonna change. If that ever changes, then I think
then we've seen a major change.
Yeah.
Oh, with that being said, Alyssa, I scrolled down a little here, and 17th place Axie Infinity.
Oh, hey, look at that.
What is up with that? Up 29%, over $1 million. I mean, I don't know. I felt like that project has some lasting power. It was one of those where it got too hot, and it also has supply issues, right? There's so many. But I think they tied it into like a mobile game, and you also get like something free for starting out. Because Alyssa, I remember in the old days, like you had to own 3 Axies that were like $200 to $300 each to get started. So I mean, you had to pretty much shell out like $600 to $800 if you wanted to start playing the game, and that's what kept me out. Right? Was A, I didn't have the time, and B, I didn't want to spend that much up front. But the people that did in the early days made some good money. But it looks like that one, I mean, maybe starting to come back. And then I don't know some of these other ones. Cloud Machine, Dodur, Arson. Oh, Arson's the Solana one. Let's take a look at that one on Thursday too. But that's the top 10 there. Ethereum name services too in 10th place. We're going to talk a little bit about that one on Thursday, because they might have some competition. There's a new, I say new, but there's an old domain name service that is one of the oldest NFTs ever that has been revived. And that could actually make ENS not as valuable anymore. But we'll talk about that one on Thursday. Alyssa, let's dive into to Cool Cats here. I haven't done a ton with all this news, but I did want to share, because we've covered this project for a while. They did name a new CEO, which has been highly anticipated. Stephen Teglis, who previously worked with Disney, Recur, and Warner Brothers, is now the CEO of Cool Cats. They did a town hall with him. I also heard on Twitter people saying that he was active in their Discord from the start. That's a positive. But Alyssa, one note I saw float around on Twitter was, if you're an NFT project, should you hire someone with NFT experience, or does it not matter if they come from like outside working with some of these like media companies and maybe don't know a thing about NFTs? I asked that because it sounded like he did not own a Cool Cat and didn't necessarily have a ton of like NFT experience. What's your take on that?
I don't think it's a bad thing to bring in outsiders. They'll bring in new ideas, and I think it's just good to be open, and especially with like a track record with Disney, Recur, Warner Bros. Like, if you can find someone who can write a story for your project, but they don't know anything about NFTs, who cares? If they can write a banger story for you, bring them in.
Yeah, I agree. I think it reminds me a little of Doodles, right? Doodles hired the former CEO of Billboard, right? So he has experience with media and music, which is a direction that they're planning on going. Cool Cats, I mean, you can see it here. Disney, Recur, and Warner Brothers. Obviously, everyone knows Disney. I think everyone knows Warner Brothers. If you don't know Recur, we've talked about that one. Recur has done the NFT collections for Care Bears, Nickelodeon, Hello Kitty, and others. So he might actually have some Web3 experience with that. But I mean, the fact that he came from Disney, I think, is going to grab some headlines.
He's got like 25 years in Disney on his belt.
That's crazy.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I feel like I actually saw he worked like directly on the Mickey Mouse brand. Like it wasn't just like I worked for Disney and I like worked on some like little show they did or something. It was like he was like Mickey Mouse brand development or something. Or maybe I'm making that up. Did you find the LinkedIn or something?
I'm looking at his LinkedIn right now. Yeah.
Yeah, I know I looked at it when this was first announced, but I didn't have a chance to pull it up today. But I like the hire. I think it fits well with what Cool Cats is doing. I've interviewed Klon and Evan before. They know what they're doing in the Web3 space. They have some smart NFT people. I think it is nice to get an outside perspective, maybe someone with experience in the Web2 space and also with growing brands, right? And now you can see the floor price 2.75. Alyssa, I know we've looked at this one before when it was like 2 to 2.5. I remember when it dropped to 2, it got bought up. Like a ton of people came in, snatched them up. When the CEO was announced, we did see a little spike. I mean,
was that? The 21st?
The 21st? Or did we not get a spike?
No, I mean, the 20th, there was a spike. Okay.
Yep, there it is. So it looks like maybe someone knew earlier it got leaked. But it looks like people were excited about it. I mean, and I think that's a positive. And I think, we talk about Veefriends, right? You asked the question, right? Should these NFT collections that have, PFP and are cute, should they appeal more to kids? And I feel like Cool Cats is one of those collections, right? Where it's cute. Kids love it. My kids love it. They already have a partnership with Toykito, the company that's also working with Veefriends. I feel like you're going to see Cool Cats toys in stores within the next year. I don't know if that'll be a Macy's or someone else, but I think that this hire of someone with experience with Disney, I think pushes that over the edge to get done.
Yeah. With the new CEO, I don't know. I really am interested to see what's gonna happen with Cool Cats because, like, I'm still looking at his LinkedIn. Okay, like he's been in with like responsible for a lot of the big things, like Frozen, the merchandise with Frozen, and you know how big that is. So, Cool Cats, I'm like linking it now like with Mickey Mouse, like adults and kids both like Mickey Mouse. And it has a wide range of things that can be done with it, I think, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I really like it. I'm excited to see, what this means. All right, what else do we have here? We're starting to run out of time. Oh, we got a couple good ones to go here though. Alyssa, Apple, right?
Yeah.
Apple is one of the largest companies in the world, multi-trillion-dollar. They are working on onboarding people to NFTs, which should be a massive positive thing for the NFT space. But here's why some people are upset about it. Apple is going to allow transactions of NFTs through apps on their marketplace, but like other apps that have transactions, Apple will take a 30% cut. You can only imagine that people did not like hearing this. One of them was Tim Sweeney, the CEO of Epic Games, who previously had a lawsuit with Apple around Fortnite, right, which was pulled from the App Store. OpenSea takes a commission of 2.5%, 30%, Alyssa. So, like, I feel like I want to say that it's great news that Apple is getting into NFTs and onboarding new people, but like I just can't look past that. Like 30% cut on NFT transactions.
That's a big cut. It is.
Yeah, and like we've argued for months, Alyssa, right? That like video game companies, mobile game companies, they're gonna integrate NFTs.
Yes.
Like as some of them start to do that, like you're gonna lose your cut. So then instead of like charging small amounts to your consumers, I feel like you're gonna charge higher amounts to make up for that cut that Apple's taking. And I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't love it.
I agree with Sweeney. That yeah, I don't like it. No bueno. No bueno.
Yeah, and I mean Sweeney essentially said Apple needs to be stopped, and I mean he said that like I don't know, Apple is just so dominant though, right? Like the Apple iOS store, the Google Play Store, I mean are the two biggest ones. The companies that have tried to skirt around this before have ended up, you know, not seeing as many downloads. I mean, Alyssa, I remember that last year, I think it was, OpenSea released an app, right? So you can get an OpenSea app and you can browse NFTs, but you can't actually purchase them. And I think the reason why was regulatory concerns, but also because they didn't want to pay a cut to Apple.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So it's kind of like window shopping at that point. Like you can look at stuff, but you got to get on your computer to buy it because that way OpenSea gets the 2.5% and doesn't have to pay out 30% to Apple. Like, can you imagine like some of these big sales, like a Bored Ape? Like if someone bought this on the mobile app for OpenSea, like 30% goes to Apple.
Apple should have hopped on it way before, like release their own NFT so that they don't have to do this right here, you know?
Yeah. Now, so Alyssa, Apple gets all this backlash.
Yeah.
And like, what do you think though? Like I feel like they can't necessarily get around the 30% either though, because if they do, I feel like all these gaming companies are going to be like, wait a sec. You said 30%, like now you're only taking 10%. Well, on my video game, I'm only going to pay you 10% of transactions, whether they're NFTs or not. Like, I feel like they've set such a precedent of 30% where like now they can't go back. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Yeah.
I want to see this like unravel though.
Yeah, I want to see if any companies actually like utilize this, right?
Yeah.
Because so far it was Apple just saying, "Hey, we're gonna do this," but that doesn't mean anyone will actually jump on board. All right, well, let's talk about this will be our last topic here, and this one I wanted to spend more time on. Maybe we'll circle back to it Thursday. Alyssa, Pixelmon.
Yeah.
Pixelmon, I think we all laughed at and got a good kick out of it, even though it wasn't really funny that people spent a lot of money on this. But they had one of the most talked about art reveals of all time because it was considered to be, I don't know how else to say it, but ugly artwork and like just all over the place for a company launching a huge game. I mean, you can see it, the image there with Kevin on the left. Now, check out that image on the right. And also, if you pull up Pixelmon on OpenSea, the images have actually changed.
Okay.
The floor price is now 0.39, Alyssa. And I want you to see these new images because it is quite a difference compared to what we got before. Look at this.
Okay. I was looking at the Twitter thread earlier. The person who's come on. The artist of this, right? He's the same guy who is the lead character artist at Blizzard who works on Overwatch.
The new artist?
Yeah.
Okay.
Overwatch. So that's why it looks mucho.
So Liquid X, which is a Web3 venture capital studio, acquired a 60% stake in Pixelmon, and their co-founder is going to be the new CEO. There is a test version of the game coming by the end of this year, and alpha testing for the game will begin in the first quarter of 2023, with a full game launch later in 2023. Alyssa, this could be one of the biggest comeback stories ever, especially in the NFT space. Like, I don't know. I wish I would have got in a little sooner. I don't love the 0.39 or whatever it is now, but I'm liking this artwork. And if like, to me it looks like a game. I could see these characters being playable in a game, right? Like, that's
Yeah.
I mean, Alyssa, you're the gamer. Like, what do you make of this?
Much better versus Kevin right here. I was my thoughts are like stuck on like these guys, right? Like the artists from Overwatch, right? And the new CEO of Cool Cats. Like, are they all hopping in these projects because I mean, like, they fully believe that these projects might just be the future, you know, like the future Mickey Mouse, Pokemon, et cetera, you know, like it's just interesting to think about.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great question. I just like, I don't know. I'm so stuck on the fact that like this project got completely written off, right? Like,
Yeah.
we saw those images and we were like, what is this? Like, people lost a ton of money. The only ones that were worth anything were the Kevin ones that people were trading because it became a meme. I mean, remember like the animals that were like sideways in the grass when it was revealed? And like, I mean, I just can't even like this artwork is just like a complete 180. And I love the fact that you found the Overwatch connection. I'm gonna do more digging on this project, because if they have a beta of the game coming later this year, if they have an alpha launch next year, a full game later next year, like, I feel like this could be an investment opportunity, right? Not financial advice, but you have a year kind of to see this project develop from the ground up and essentially get a redo here. Like, let's say, Alyssa, let's say this project is minting now with a new team and like a new roadmap, a new CEO. Would you pay, I guess, 0.4 to mint this as a new project? That's the way I would look at it. So 0.4 is still a little high, but like, I don't know. You throw out Overwatch, you throw out, video game. I don't know. I feel like I'm on board.
Yeah. It's interesting.
Let's hit on Aaron's comments here, and then we'll wrap up here. Pokemon like Skylanders vibes, and how isn't Digimon and Pokemon destroying these guys?
That's why.
Preaching to the choir, right, Alyssa? Like,
exactly.
I can't believe Pokemon, Nintendo, some of these companies have not jumped in. I can't believe it. So I feel like projects like these are going to do well until someone else jumps in.
Yeah, imagine that. Pokemon finally decides to hop in, and then these guys.
There goes your bear market. That would change things, right?
Yeah. Oh man, no, that was like one of my points earlier. Like these guys are hopping in these projects because Pokemon and like Skylander, like all these big guys, are not actually hopping in the NFTs at all. So these guys are doing things. So people are probably thinking, oh, if I invest in this, then this is going to be the Pokemon of Web3 until Pokemon jumps in, if it does. And if they did, I think, yeah, the bear market go bye-bye.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Pokemon's not going to jump in, or they would have already.
Yeah.
I don't know. But this project, I really see the Skylanders vibes. My kids love Skylanders. I see that, especially with some of the like dragon-looking characters. I do see some Pokemon elements too, though. But I also just feel like it looks like a video game, right? Shoot. These look like the characters you would play. And I don't know, like I feel like I was one of many who wrote off Pixelmon, and like then I got this email like Pixelmon raises 70 million or whatever it was, and I was like, wait a sec, what happened? Why is Pixelmon in the news? And then I looked, and it was like, yeah.
How's the gameplay?
Yeah, I mean, and that could be the ultimate test, right? Is when they release the beta later this year, you know, the game could be absolute crap, or, you know, let's say it's a playable good game. Like, again, this could be the comeback story. So
yeah. Yeah. I want to see like a before and after of like a few of these.
yeah, imagine if you had owned a Pixelmon before, and let's say it was in your hidden folder, and then all of a sudden you read this story about Pixelmon coming back, and you're like, wait a sec, and then you go look and see the new image. Like, you have got to just be like blown away.
Like, look at Kevin.
Oh my gosh, I hadn't seen a new Kevin yet. So they at least kept a little bit of Kevin. Okay, because that was one of my worries was, wait, if they changed Kevin, people are going to be upset.
Kevin should just be the mascot.
Do you think there's anyone out there who owns a Pixelmon and doesn't know the story? Because, like, what if you got an email and it said, like, hey, someone just bid 0.25 on your Pixelmon? Like, are you at least clicking on it to go look, or are you just going, wait a sec, yeah, of course I'll sell it for 0.25? Like,
I don't know. Good question, though.
I kind of like that monkey there.
Monkey. This one
on the left, yeah. And then was that a jellyfish further down?
Yeah, I don't know, like a squid, something like that.
And then what's that on the left? Like another squid or a jellyfish? You got Kevin. That one on the right there looks like a Pokemon. If you go up a row, I can't think of his name. Yeah, is it Bastodon? I can't think of his name. But he looks like one. I don't know, but we're gonna talk about Pixelmon again.
This one?
I can guarantee it. Yeah, him.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. And then like that robot's cool. I mean, the fox, like, yeah, these just.
I'm definitely seeing the Skylanders in it now.
Yeah. All right, Alyssa. Well, I think that's going to do it for today. We will be back Thursday. And let's see. I promised everyone that we'll talk about Solana NFTs. So you got to hold me to that. Solana NFTs. And also there are a couple OG NFT collections that have been revamped, revived. And I mean, you guys all know the story of CryptoPunks being one of the first NFT collections. What if there was a collection older than CryptoPunks? Is it going to pop off? We will find out later this week. Until next time, we will catch you later. Stay tuned for all the great content coming up on Benzinga's YouTube. Make sure you smash the like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends to keep the roadmap going. We appreciate your support, and we will see you on Thursday.
Bye.